The biggest world climate summit in Dubai, COP28, has entered a significant phase, focusing on energy and industry. The number of delegates representing fossil fuel industries broke attendance record in showing up for stronger commitment to lower carbon emission. TVRI World's reporter Rahmat Idris is in Dubai with the latest on this.
Yeah, well, this is day 6 of the Conference of Parties, or COP28, here at the heart of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. And this day is deemed as quite a special day. A specific focus has been projected today, which is focused on the energy and industry. We are well aware that industry contributed to a significant portion of carbonization and pollution for the planet. And this is high time for all of these stakeholders in the industries of fossil fuels to sit down, to meet together, and try to mitigate climate change by phasing out the use of fossil fuel. And this is also an historic day here at COP28 on day 6, because the number of delegates partaking for the Energy and Industry Day exceeded that ever in the Conference of Parties of COP worldwide. Over 2,500 delegates took part for this day alone, and this is more than last year in Egypt, for example, and even more than 2 years before in Glasgow, United Kingdom. So this is special to see that there is eagerness, there is enthusiasm for these stakeholders to stick together and to sort of find common ground and shared commitment to address climate change issues. And on that note, this is also interesting because there are some notable absences during this year's COP28. As we know, the President of the United States, Joe Biden, is absent, and the Vice President, Kamala Harris, is in lieu of Mr. President. She is also accompanied by the Special Envoy of Climate Change, Senator John Kerry. And now, the other notable absence is Xi Jinping of China, which bears the questions, what is the commitment of these two biggest polluters of the planet? And the question was answered immediately by Vice President Kamala Harris taking to the podium and explaining that for the year 2023 and forward, the United States of America is committed to pledge $3 billion for a Green Climate Fund. And that is an essential program within COP28. This is a program that has been established since 2010, and the overall grant or fund has reached over $20 billion. Now, the $3 billion that has been granted by the U.S. government here is also on top of another $2 million that has been granted just last year at the COP27 Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. Now, what's important is that this large sum of money will be dedicated towards trying to find solutions for a more efficient energy use, inventing new ways of creating sustainable energies, and increasing the efficiency of renewable energies from just 2% to 4%, with the hope that all of these efforts will contribute to the collective and the concerted efforts of reaching a threshold of 1.5 degrees Celsius that has been so very elusive for all of these countries around the globe. So we'll look forward to how the concrete actions will be taken. And as we mentioned earlier, $57 billion has been granted in the first 4 days alone. And this is a historic moment for COP28 because the president of COP28, Sultan Al Jaber, himself said that the rate of these countries, these nations adopting the agenda of COP28 is out of this world. The first hour, the first days alone, the adoptions comes so smoothly from all of these countries. And in the meantime, just a couple of days ago, a new alliance has been formed here at COP28, the so-called ORCA, or the Ocean Resilience and Climate Alliance. And that is initiated by the Special Envoy of climate change from the United States of America, Senator John Kerry, alongside the CEO of Bloomberg Philanthropies. And they've come up with a grant, with a funding amounting to $250 million. And the project will be focused solely on ways to find ocean-based solutions to the climate change issues that the world is currently facing. And this is also echoed by the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, who in his remarks said that we fully support all of the efforts to find ocean-based solutions to address climate change. Also, in part, due to the 2025 France being the host for the 2025 UN Oceans Conference, a notable conference on behalf of United Nations addressing some of the most crucial issues pertaining our oceans around the world. So Emmanuel Macron said that all of these communities should really come together to find these solutions and be presented for the 2025 UN Oceans Conference in France. However, in terms of adopting and negotiating, we must tell you that at this point of this report, we've just received words from the delegates representing Indonesia saying that at this very moment, negotiations are going really, really hard behind closed doors, where our governments are going for the kill. They're trying to get to the 12 points that we are representing quite strongly. But there are 3 among those 12 that our governments are currently pushing forward. The first is the realizations of Paris Accord, or Paris Agreements, that was signed back in 2015. Indonesia is one of the signatories of the Paris Agreements, and at this point, it is highly essential to see how much progress, or on that note, how much, how less of a progress that we've achieved in terms of pertaining the Paris Agreement. And the second priority point for Indonesian government is also on the global stock take. Now, this is the first time ever in its 28th conference that a global stock take is taking place. There has been heavy questions in the air as to what exactly is a global stock take. A lot of the delegates are wondering what it is about, and also including ourselves, representatives of journalists and coming in from around the globe. And the answer is global stocktake is an opportunity for all of these countries. There's almost 200 countries participating at COP28 here in Dubai, with over 70,000 delegates sitting at the table deliberating and discussing. So they're going to have to find a way to meet and talk about the achievements. So this is time to reflect, to stop and think, and to review the progress of COP28 in all these years. And the third priority point for Indonesia is the response measure. And this is a mechanism to measure the level of emissions or carbonizations of each country. And as we know, it's highly important to be able to come up with a similar mechanism to measure the level of carbons. This will be a way to also figure out the level of decarbonizations that has been achieved by the country. So we're going to be here until the 12th of December 2023, beginning with the latest updates, the results, the deliverables, the communiques coming in from the tables of COP28 here in Dubai. From Expo City, Dubai, Rahmat Idris and Andam Wicaksono reported for TVRI World.